All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something really cool. Game Changers, a tale of two sports. We're going to look at how two totally different sports are flipping the script on what it means to be an athlete. You know, have you ever stopped and thought about how sports can change, like really change, so that absolutely everyone can get in on the action? It seems like a simple question, right? But the answers are, well, they're pretty incredible, and they might just make you rethink what competition is all about. Because at the heart of it all is this one simple, powerful idea. Getting active, being part of a team, that's for everyone. It's a huge part of living a full life, no matter who you are or what your physical abilities are. So, okay, how do we actually do that? How do we make it happen? Well, that's what we're jumping into in our first section, adapting the game. We're gonna check out two amazing Paralympic sports that tackle this idea from like completely opposite ends of the spectrum, wheelchair basketball and boccia. Okay, first up, let's talk basketball. And yeah, the title says it all, fast and fierce. I mean, fierce is absolutely the right word here. This sport is all about pure power and incredible speed. Seriously, if you haven't seen a wheelchair basketball game, you are missing out. It's just spectacular. It's this high-speed clash of incredible skill and smart strategy. The energy in the arena, it's electric. From the first whistle to the last, it is an absolute thrill ride. So what makes this sport tick? Well, a few things really stand out. First, it is extremely competitive. We're talking intense, grueling training. And much like its traditional counterpart, the teams are usually separated by gender. It's just a fantastic way for young, ambitious athletes to really push their limits. And of course, with any sport this competitive, you're gonna have legends. So let's shine a spotlight on a few of them. I mean, the talent pool is just global. You've got players like Greg Warburton from the UK, Janet Blair from Australia. So many stars. But today, we're gonna zoom in on one particular player, Xuejing Chen from China. And her story is just wow. It's a masterclass in pure dedication. Get this, she only started playing in 2010. And just 8 years later, 8 years, she was one of the star players at the World Championships. That kind of rise to the top is just, it's meteoric, especially in a sport this tough. Okay, let's pull a complete 180 now. We're gonna slam on the brakes, shift gears, and leave that high-octane world of basketball behind. Now, we're moving into a game of pure strategy and precision, Boccia. This one is all about finesse, not force. First things first, let's get the pronunciation right. It's Boccia. Now, Boccia is definitely a slower-paced game, but whatever you do, don't think for a second that slow means easy. No way. This is a game of pure pinpoint accuracy. The whole point is to get your colored balls as close as you possibly can to that little white target ball. So how do you actually play? Well, the mechanics are awesome because they're so simple. First, someone places the small target ball out on the court. Then, players take turns throwing their own larger colored balls, just trying to get them to snuggle up right next to that target. And once all the balls have been thrown, you get out the measuring tape, the balls that are closest, they score points. The rules are easy to learn, but trust me, the strategy behind it all can get super, super complex. And this right here is where you see the true genius of Boccia. It's all about adaptability. Think about it. For players who have more serious disabilities, maybe they can't throw a ball with their hands, the rules are designed for them. They can use things like ramps or even have an assistant help them aim and release the ball. It's this kind of inclusive thinking that makes Boccia a true game changer. And you better believe Boccia has its own legends, just like basketball. So let's turn our athlete spotlight to an absolute icon of the sport, David Smith from Great Britain. David Smith's journey is just, it's incredible. He was diagnosed with cerebral palsy when he was a kid, and he found Boccia when he was only 6 years old. 6! And from then on, he basically dedicated his life to mastering this game. He's won so many medals, it's hard to keep track, and he's officially the most successful British player in history. It's an amazing story of dedication and just, sheer strategic genius. All right, so there you have it. We've met our two game changers. One, a super fast-paced team sport. The other, a slow, methodical game of precision. Now it's time to put them side by side and really see how they stack up. And this chart just lays it all out so clearly. You can see the pace. Basketball is all high energy, while Boccia is slow and strategic. Team composition, basketball is usually gender separated, but Boccia is mixed gender. But here's the biggest difference, the one that really matters: athleticism versus accessibility. Basketball is perfect for those really athletic, powerful players. Boccia, on the other hand, was literally designed from the ground up to be open to people with all levels of disability.
Okay, so what? What does all this mean when we step away from the court or the field? Well, let's get into that in our final section, the impact of inclusion.
Because of how it's designed, Boccia has this unique power to bring people together. By focusing less on pure athletic power and more on strategy and precision, it opens up the door. It creates a space where way more people, a much wider range of athletes, can compete and really shine. And that accessibility has this amazing ripple effect, right? Because it's so easy for people to get into, you see charities all over the world starting up Boccia classes. That means more competitions and more championships are popping up. And when that happens, it gets more eyes not just on Boccia, but on all wheelchair sports. It's like that old saying, a rising tide lifts all boats. So when you boil it all down, what these two incredible sports teach us is that adapting a game isn't just about tweaking the rules. It's about something much bigger. It's about being thoughtful and intentional, about designing a world where every single person gets a shot to compete, to find something they love, and to be part of a team. And that kind of leaves us with one final thing to think about. We've seen two totally different ways to create fair competition. So I guess I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What does a truly level playing field really look like to you? Thanks for hanging out with us today.